Welcome to my home office and studio. This is going to be a very different video. It really doesn't have anything to do with cars. This is about making Turlo's Garage. So it's meant to be sort of a reference. You can fast forward to whatever you want to get to where you want to go. I'm going to cover some of the equipment I purchased that I use, some of the equipment I purchased that I don't use. I'm going to cover editing, how I edit my videos in iMovie on the Mac. I'm going to cover where the Mac came from. So hopefully I can share with you some of my process and how I do things. Maybe it's helpful, maybe it's not, but at least you'll have an idea of how I get things done and why it takes so long to make an episode of Turlo's Garage. When filming, this is what I use to put I film with my phone. So this is what I found is the best thing I use. There's actually several of these out there. This is a newer brand. It's got a handle on the side here. This can actually get detached and will screw into the bottom, so you can hold this and use it in a lot of different ways. But this is typically what I like to use to hold my phone. This was the original one. Most of my videos were actually shot using this one here. But at the Rallycross Fest, we lost there's some screws and washers that go in here to help hold the phone down, so the phone just falls out of this one now. But I really like this one. I think this was about $15-20. Same with this one. This one was about $20-25, I think. So they're not too expensive, but it gives you a much better grip to hold the camera and to record things. And then on top of that, this is the shotgun microphone I use to record. It's a Takstar. It was, again, I think it was like $20-25. I did have to get an adapter so it would connect to my iPhone. But it's just a shotgun microphone. It sits on top of the holder. I'll show you how that goes. So that's how it goes, and then the phone actually just sits right in here. So you actually record from this way. The microphone's facing forward. This is, I think, about 90% of my videos are shot with a camera rig like this. It works really good. It's easy to hold on to. I got an adapter at the bottom so I can sit this on a tripod and record. I actually had this shotgun microphone. It was one of the best rated cheaper ones you could get on Amazon. Like I said, I think it was like $25-30, something like that, and it's actually survived for a couple of years now, a lot longer than I expected. I just put a second battery in it. I had to put a battery in when it was new. I just put a second battery in it just recently. So, and I've forgotten to turn it off for long periods of time too. So, it's been a good product. I keep waiting for it to break, but it's held up really well. And the thing I like about it, I normally keep it in the box when I'm not using it. It does have a windbreak or wind cover for it, a windsock. So if it's windy outside, because I work outside a lot, you can put this on. It cuts down on the wind noise, and it does come with a bag to keep everything in. But I've got a bag I put everything in, and I just worry about it getting broken or damaged, so I just keep it in the box. Takstar SGC 598 recording microphone. It's called a shotgun microphone. There's a lot of different brands out there, a lot of different makes. I think you can get shotgun microphones up to hundreds of dollars. But when you're taking camera equipment like this and sticking it into areas with turning fans and fan belts and pulleys and stuff that can shoot flames, I don't like using I would prefer not to use really expensive equipment, because you never know when something's going to go wrong and take everything out. In fact, it makes me nervous using my phone in a rig like this, because I worry about what can happen, but that's what I have right now, so that's what I'm using. So for voiceover work, on my videos, I use this microphone here. Again, this was $20-30 for this microphone. It's a toner. Again, this is one of the higher rated cheap microphones they have. It's not like that's a part number there. There's a USB end on it. It's not the greatest. It doesn't pick up really good sound, but it picks up what I say, which is really all I really needed to do. If you're gonna try to sing into this or record highs and lows and music, it does not work that well. But for what I do on my videos, it seems to do okay. I like that it comes with the guard. It comes with kind of a windbreak microphone on here too, or a foam cover. It helps the music or the sound a little bit better. But it all breaks down. It goes into this tiny box, which again, when I'm not using it, I put it in the box so it doesn't break. And that's what I use for all my voiceover work on my videos. Hey, this is the tripod I use. It's a Ravelli. Actually, a lot of these products I'm using were recommended by Think Media, by Sean Cannell on his channel. But this is a Ravelli. This was one he recommended. I make 3 different sizes, 3 different heights. This is the middle one. I thought if I needed it taller, because I'm 6'4", so I need a tripod that goes pretty high. I thought if I need it taller, I can put some blocks or bricks or something under it to raise it up. And I really wish I'd have got the taller one, but this folds down. It's pretty compact. It fits in a nice bag to carry it around. That goes in my camera gear, and it does all right. It's got these. I like that it's got these latches here. You just unlatch it, slide the legs out. It's got a crank here to go up a little bit higher. I like the fact that everything locks down, so you can keep it locked. Or actually, this is all tight right now. I can loosen this, and I can actually. It's got a little bit of a drag. It's not really a fluid head. It's not meant for panning work, but it does stay pretty tight. It doesn't wiggle around too much. If you have a tripod and you're trying to pan something, a lot of times it gets loose here, and so that shakes a little bit, and that can be seen in the video. So typically you want a fluid head with a drag, but those were about 3 times as much as this one. Again, this one was, I think this was like $25 for this tripod, and it wasn't too much, and it's worked out good. They're not. There's a lot of plastic on them. They're not supposed to be a real high quality, durable, robust build. There's a lot of plastic up here, but it's held up pretty good so far. Again, this lasted. I've had this and used it for I think over a year now, and I definitely did not expect it to last that long. I got a lot of cheap stuff to start with. I figure I can upgrade it later on. But a lot of the stuff has held up pretty well. All right, the app, I do have an app on my phone that I prefer to use. It's Filmic Pro. Again, I think it's like $20 to $25 for the app, but allows me to control the focus. It allows me to control the exposure. It's got lots of adjustments on it. So I prefer using that. It's certainly not necessary, but if I can with that I can focus on something far away, and then I can change the focus onto something close by. It allows more manual adjustment, so I prefer to use it, but it certainly isn't necessary. So I do have at one time when I was using this, I did have I actually had a stand here that went onto here, and what this would allow me to do would be to put a tablet. So I had this set up. I could put a tablet here. I had an app where I could display whatever was on the phone on the tablet. My phone would be in here recording, so I could actually see what it looked like, what the view looked like when I was recording. The problem with that was there's a 1 second delay in the tablet. Also, I was looking at the tablet instead of at the phone or the camera. Whenever you're recording, you want to look directly at the camera, and even if I'm looking at the tablet kind of up here, it looks like I'm looking somewhere else. So I kind of ditched that, and I just kind of use the phone looking to the camera now. For action cameras, this was the first one I bought, a K1 Tenker. I think it was like $35. I bought it just before a camping trip. I tested it out. This one, it works. It's like a GoPro knockoff. I just wanted something I could strap to cars, the roof of cars, the side of cars, and it actually works pretty good. The problem with this is the format it films in doesn't translate directly over to the laptop, so I have to get a program called a codec, which I have to run it through, and it's like a 5-minute video takes like an hour to run through the codec and make it so that it's compatible with the computer. It's kind of time consuming. That was the Jeep, the second best Jeep in the world. Most of that video was shot with this, and it took a long time to process all the videos through the codec. So I do have that one. It does work. It's a bit labor intensive and time consuming, but the rally car videos, I'd rather put this one on the outside, because if I lose it, it's not a big loss. The other one I have, this was a action camera I just bought a couple months ago, a Victure, and there was a lightning sale on Amazon. They're normally $90. It was on sale for $45. And if you look at them, they look very identical, but this one here, I can take film right out of this one, put it right into the computer. It works. The thing I like about this is there's a little blue light that flashes on the back, so I know it's recording. The other one doesn't have that. This has a lot of features, even though they look similar. I figured they'd be the same, but I took this one out camping too and tried it, put it way underwater. I could go swimming with this, look for fish. It works really good, and like I said, it goes from the camera right onto the computer. It's got a micro card, micro SD card. So I have one of these, an adapter, and it's got a USB on it, but I can take this, plug it right in the computer. I got a port for a micro SD card, and then I can put the footage from the camera right onto the computer. And I don't know when I got this or why I got it or why I have it. I found it in one of my old computer camera bag deals. So I had it. I didn't even have to buy it, and I have no idea what these cost. I have no idea. I mean, we had to have had this for years. This is a wide angle lens I've used this a couple of times for my phone. And the way this works, this comes with a bag too. This was supposed to be highly rated, one of the cheaper lenses. So it's got a clamp. It's a nice aluminum clamp. That was one of the things, is the plastic ones tend to flex, so the lens will flex. But this has a nice aluminum clamp with a knob on the back. Depending on your camera, you got to take it comes with caps on both ends, which I thought was really nice. But the lens just screws in. And then you can take the cap off the front here. And the nice thing about this is you rotate the lens and it changes the focus points. But also it has this thing on the back that helps protect it, or it keeps it from having lens flare. That's when the sun's shining in the lens and it whites everything out. So this was pretty nice actually. I've used it a couple times, and there's several lenses in here. The thing I didn't like about this was I had a car at in fact, if you look at the Dad Rod Part 2 video, that was the main reason I got this was for cars. This changes the shot, and it makes the cars be in focus and the rest of the background out of focus, is what this is supposed to do. So it's really supposed to help highlight the vehicle. What I didn't like about this was I had a car at a 3/4 shot like this, and the background on one side was blurry and the background on the other side was clear, and I tried moving this to try and get it in focus, and if the background on both sides would have been blurry, I'd have been happy as ever and probably used it a lot more. So it does work. I have used it. Again, it was like, I think $25-30 for this. I definitely will use it again for finished projects, doing reveals and stuff. It didn't work quite like I expected, but still not too bad for what I have. Let's see. So a lot of the working on cars as well. I have this small tripod here, And again, it's just a quarter 20 that screws in, and I've got several of these that came with several products I bought. It's just a spring clip. You just put your phone in there. But what I like about this is these legs are very bendable. So you can take this if you're working in an engine bay. You can take these and you can set this camera. You can wrap the legs around stuff to hold it. This has actually been, I've actually used this a lot in the Jeep video, the F-250 video, working on engine compartments and stuff. If it's something down low, I got to stick this in there. This works really good, and again, it comes with some different. There's like a pivoting ball head. There's a mount for a action camera, so it comes with a lot of different accessories. And again, it's a pretty small box. I just keep it in the box. I don't even remember. I think this was like $15. It's I don't know. There's a part number for it right there, so you can see that. It's clear enough. But there's dozens of brands out here, types of stuff like this with bendable legs. There's probably a lot of them better, a lot of them worse, but that's what I use. I did get, when I first started, I got a couple of these. And again, these have the quarter 20 on them, so they can screw into lots of different tripods or different mini tripods, stuff like that. This flips around. The ones with the screw knob seem to hold a lot better than the ones with the spring. But either one works. The issue I have with a lot of these is if you use just the phone, they fit in there good. But if you have a case on your phone, some of them don't have. This spot here is just not deep enough to hold the phone with a case. I think this one was pretty good. But this here, in my mini tripod, this is really what I started out with. And it did okay. They did all right. So microphones, I also have a lavalier mic. This is a microphone. There's actually a clip. There's a clip, you just clip it on your shirt. Again, this works. There's a pretty long cable for it. This works pretty good. I just don't like being, I use the adapter. I can hook it to the phone. I just don't like being tied to a wire when I'm working on stuff, especially when I'm bending over the hood of a car and I got fans and belts going. I just have a problem with wires hanging down. I've used this several times. It picks up sound really well. So if you want to use something like this, it works really well if you can handle the wire. I have looked at wireless microphones like this. So again, I can have just a mic on me and be around. And so the shotgun microphone's only good for, I think it's like 4 or 5 feet. And after that, it starts to get just not quite as loud. And you can see that in a lot of the videos, but I'm not doing super high quality stuff. It's mostly what I use. It's right on the camera. It's easy to use. It's right there. But I do have some other options like the lavalier mic. What else? I did pick this up not too long ago. And this is actually an adapter. I think it's a 15-foot cable with an adapter. And I got this because I was going to make a boom mic. So when I'm working on stuff, I can have the boom mic hanging over the vehicle. So it's a lot closer to me. So I can have the camera far away and I can have the mic right in front of me. I just have to make some kind of big boom. It's just some kind of big structure to hold the mic there. It's just kind of a pain to build something like that. So, but it is an option. That's future plans for filming. Again, that's so I can have the camera 6, 8, 10 feet away, maybe not that far, but I can have the camera a little bit further away and the microphone is closer to me, because the closer you are to the mic, the better it picks up the sound, the better it sounds. So I do have that. I haven't used it yet. I got various lots of memory cards, lots of different memory cards I use, mostly for the GoPro cameras, or the action, I shouldn't say that, mostly for the action cameras. So I try to have lots of storage space in there. Again, I've got several USB thumb drives. This one's nice because it's wireless. I've used this a bit. I can connect this wirelessly. It's a SanDisk. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. It's a SanDisk Bluetooth. I can connect this wirelessly to my phone, and I can download information from my phone into here, and then I can take this. I got to take this and actually plug it into the computer to actually put the information into the computer. So I've used this a few times. It works pretty good, but what I've found, what I like the best is I've got a couple of these, and these are just little flash drives. There's the Apple Lightning plug there. I can just plug this right into my phone. I can download video clips into here, and then it's got the USB. I just plug this right into the computer. So what that allows me to do is if I'm not at home, I can make thumbnails, I can edit videos, I can do lots of stuff. When I get home, I should not edit videos. I can edit videos on YouTube Studio, which I have in my phone. But for thumbnails and clips, I just load them right onto here. I just take this, plug it right into the computer. I can put it right into iMovie, which is mostly what I audit with. What I do video editing with. And as far as the computer goes, this was the first one I had. It's like a 2010 MacBook Pro. This was my computer I got a long time ago. In fact, brand new, and it kind of became the family computer. We have a lot of information on here, important family photos and stuff. So the problem with this was there just wasn't enough memory or RAM to run the iMovie with the stuff I was filming. So what I did was I picked up this computer here, and this is a 2010 MacBook, and I think I bought this used for like $100, and then I had to upgrade the RAM, so I got a couple of these. Not all MacBooks are upgradable with the memory. In fact, there's very few of them that are. So I had to do my research, and when I bought this, I wasn't 100% sure I could do it with this, but it was still a good deal. I thought it was a pretty good deal, and if it didn't work, we had a backup for the family computer, or I could at least sell it and get my money back. But fortunately, this one is their Time Tech RAM upgrade. So I've got two 8GB. So this came with two gigabytes of RAM, which is had 4 gigabytes of RAM. I upgraded it to 16. There's two 8GB, so that's 16. And really for video editing, they say you probably want to be around 32. 16 is about the minimum gigabytes of RAM you can have to edit videos. And that was the problem I had, was when I first started trying to edit videos with this, the video was really choppy. The computer would freeze up a lot. I think this has 8 gigabytes of RAM in it, and it just was not able to keep up with the videos. So with 16 does pretty good as long as I don't do anything too crazy or too intensive, too high definition intensive. I try to film in like 25 frames per minute, which is I think like the standard. And then I only work in 1080p. This computer will not keep up with 4K. At some point, I'll need to get a computer that will keep up with 4K, and I like to go to that. But for right now, this works fine. The other thing is I've tried upgrading. I've tried programs that will change the videos to 4K, and it just takes so long to download onto YouTube. So 1080p is about as high as definition as I like. That takes, I think it takes about 1 to 2 hours to download onto YouTube. I don't know if it's my internet, I don't know if it's the computer, I don't know what the issue is or if that's normal, but that's how long it takes me typically. This is I got a box of parts here for future episodes and shows. Along with the action cameras, I've got some action camera mounts. I think these were like $10, $12 each for these, and they come with different mounts, different ways to mount action cameras or other things, and then the action cameras come with a lot of these too. So I've got tons of different options for mounting stuff. These work good to stick them to the windshield, stick them to the side of the car, they work good on glass. I've stuck them to the body before. If the body is clean and dry, they do pretty good. They stick pretty good. They stick better to glass than they do to the bodywork, especially if there's any kind of curve to it. So I mostly try to use these on the windows. And then at one time, I was planning on getting a I still plan on getting a camcorder at some time. So I got this one, which has 3 suction cups. So hopefully I can stick this to the hood of the car or the roof or the side of the car and have less worry about it falling off. But I've had this. And then along with that, I've got a bag of all kinds of cords, chargers, headphones, a lot of the small stuff I keep in the bag. I've got different adapters, card readers, just lots of charge. Everything needs a charge. Everything's got different charging ports. I got all kinds of different lengths of charging cable, different types of plugs with USBs. So that's kind of goes in there. I have these rechargeable lights. There's 30 watt. There's 2 of them in a pack. I think these were like $35. They're nice because they have a USB port on the back. You can charge stuff, and they're you can actually one thing I liked about these is they come with rechargeable batteries, but you can also put regular batteries in here as well. So they're nice. They work. I use them for night sometimes to light up things on the videos. They work pretty good. Try to keep all this stuff together. I've got this bag, Fovatech. It's not bad. Again, this was probably $35, I think is what I paid for this. It does okay. The zippers actually, it's not the highest quality. I like the fact that it's got 2 zippers that come together so you can unzip the whole thing. There's Velcro on this side. The zippers are already kind of falling apart. So it's not exactly the highest quality, but it comes with lots of foam and some dividers in here. So that's nice. It has that. It's got a side pocket. I usually keep all my adapters, all my charging cables, charging stuff in here, memory cards, all that stuff usually gets kept in the side pocket. So I can carry most of my stuff, most of the portable stuff. There's certain things like the microphone, the microphone I use for voiceovers. I don't really need to take that with me outside to film. But it's nice to just have that bag, grab it, pull it out. Some of the things that I bought that I don't need, I do have this too. This, I don't remember what this came with, but this is like a solar reflector. So if you're outside somewhere and you need to shine some more light, you can reflect the light, you can silver light or golden tone. I don't remember. This came with something. I haven't really used it, but it's for mostly what I have coming up next. So one of the first things I bought, and probably one of the most expensive, and things I've used the least, is I wanted some lights for outside, and these actually ended up working out better for me. These, like I said, you can use AAA batteries or the rechargeable batteries, and they're weather resistant. So I've used them outside in the rain before, which is nice. I bought this mostly for filming, and these are, it's like one of the first things I bought. These are some big lights that have a diffuser that goes over them. And you see these in photo studios and stuff like that. These just roll out and open up. And there's a trick to this. Just pop that in there. Then there's a cover that goes over this. It diffuses the light and puts out lots of nice light inside. These don't work too good outside, which is the main reason I bought them. They're supposed to be weather resistant, but they're not. They're just not meant to be used outside. None of the plugs, nothing. So this is probably the most expensive gear I bought. I have used them a few times, not for automotive stuff, but I have used them a few times. I might use them in the future, but I would not recommend getting these. Maybe for a photo studio, but probably not for filming automotive stuff outside. This would probably work good if you're filming in a garage. The diffusers will diffuse the light a lot too, so it's not like it's shining light on one thing. It's more like it spreads the light out more. So that might be, if you're working inside in a garage, in a shop, these would work really good for that. To help shine some light on different places. I have 2 of them. depending on the bigger the area you're working in, the more light you need. So if you're working in a big warehouse, you probably need a few of these. But I do have those. That's something, one of the first things I bought that I really haven't used or needed for what I'm doing. One thing I didn't share with you, or I haven't shared yet, was over here I've got these papers here. This is kind of my filming schedule. I've got stuff that's been filmed, stuff I plan to film, and there's updated what I plan on doing for the month. You can see I don't really have a plan for December yet. I got a plan for January. I got a bunch of stuff that I need to film or need to complete a series that needs to be planned. There's some future ideas. I should be updating this once a week. In reality, I update it probably every 3 to 4 weeks. But that's kind of lets me know I can look at this and kind of get an idea where I'm at with what I've done, what I need to do, what I have to do, what I have to get done each weekend. I try to fit stuff in during the week if I can, which is really pretty difficult. But I kind of print that out just to give me an idea where I'm at. And then I've got show ideas if I'm ever around somewhere. Like last Christmas, I was watching, was it National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? I added a Christmas Vacation Ford Taurus wagon build. Just stuff pops up like that in my head. Smoking a Bandit run in a Trans Am for a future episode. And I mean, blindfolded backwards trailer races. That's the kind of stuff that comes into my head sometimes. So just stuff like that I think about, it pops in my head, I'll put it on the list. It might work out, it might not. I might be able to get to it, I might not. But if I'm looking for ideas for shows, or if I maybe see a vehicle that is cheap or free and I can fit it into something, just something to kind of keep in mind. So I have different show ideas. I add to this. I mean, you can see how long it is. There's a custom minivan. There's a Granada Fix Autocross Rallycross. I really haven't done a whole lot of stuff. Find a car to put the 454 in. I've got a project coming where the 454 is going in it, so I can cross that off. Turn the mom-mobile into a hot rod or dad rod. So there's lots of show ideas. And I just add stuff in here as it comes up. So there's that too. I'm sure there's a way I could share my screen on screen with you. I have no idea how to do that. I'm not that tech savvy. I'm betting it's not even that hard. But this is how I'm able to do it right now. See if I can zoom in a little bit more here. And I'm gonna do the best I can to show you what I've learned about editing and how to do it. Okay, first of all, I've got a external hard drive, which I had to do. I think about once a month or every 6 weeks. All my memory cards are full. My memory in my phone is full. The memory on my computer is full. So I've been trying to use this hard drive, and every time I finish an episode, it gets posted. All the clips, the video, everything gets loaded into the hard drive just to free up room on my computer. So I get to a certain point where I've filmed so much stuff and I just have no room for it, and I got to start editing and putting out content pretty quick. And I'm almost to that point now. I've got so much stuff on film. So, but editing, this is how it works. I use iMovie. It came with a computer. Actually, the iMovie in my phone is a much newer, better version than what I use here. But I've had a hard time editing on my phone, so it's just been difficult. So I just click on here, click on movie, and I've heard a lot of the stuff is the same. A lot of editing software. I know a lot of people use Adobe Premiere Pro, which is I think there's a monthly fee or an annual fee to use it. Maybe I'll upgrade to that eventually, but for right now, for what I'm doing, this seems to work good. So I start off with, always got to start off with the intro, which I'll go into my iMovie library and pull up the intro here, drag and drop it, and then the outro, which is just a picture, drag and drop it. The music for the outro right here, just drag and drop it right down here on the bottom. And then I got to take this picture of my outro, extend it out, and then I go up to transitions and fade to black, Put that in right at the end here, and then I always have to go into, so this automatically, you can see it automatically sort of zooms in as it goes. Zooms in here in the preview window. So I have to go up to the crop function on iMovie, and it's on Ken Burns. I click on crop to fill, and that's it. Now when I go across it, you can see in the preview window it doesn't shrink in. So, and that is the end of the video. You can hear the music. And then the intro, it's got the music in there. For whatever reason, I always have to turn it down to about 40%. Otherwise, it seems to be way too loud in the movies or in the videos on YouTube. So turn it down to about 45%. And sometimes it's hard to do, so I can go up here to the sound. So right here it's showing that the volume's at 89%. I can just turn this down. 60, 50, 47, 44, 42. Oops, missed it. 39, 40. Right there. And then the intro's done. So I'm going back to my media, and I'll start clicking, dragging, and dropping. And when I film something, all the stuff in here is stuff I actually just downloaded for the Celica main hoop roll cage build. So typically what I'll do is I'll just start dragging and dropping stuff into here. And I'll grab the next clip. And they're typically, I'll film them in Filmic Pro. I'll move Filmic, it's got to go from Filmic Pro. I have to transfer it to my photos. I download it from my photos onto my memory card, and I can only download 5 video clips at a time. So I download 5 at a time, and typically there's a clip can be anywhere from 10 seconds to 5 minutes, actually 7 minutes, 10 minutes sometimes, but I'll put them on here. I'll download all of these. To download this into the computer, I just click on this little arrow, down arrow up here, and I click on a clip, and I just hit import select, or if I want to import many clips, I just hit the command button, and then I can highlight several clips at a time. Just hit import select, and it will import those clips. All these have been imported already, so they're already in here, and they'll appear here. There's a little wheel that shows it's downloading. I pull it off of the movie library, and it's just click on it, bring it down, and I can do a couple things. I can put it up here at the top, and if I put it up here at the top, it'll show what's at the top instead of this. So if I put this clip right here, you'll see what I'll show you what happens. So you can see it goes to this clip over that. So if you want to do a picture-in-picture, there's different settings you can do. A lot more advanced stuff, but for the most part, I just take it, I put it down here, and you can see there's a blue square goes in there. You just drop it right in there. And then I'll typically watch the clip. A lot of stuff, I edit out a lot of stuff.
Alright, so the bar comes straight up to, I think I gotta take that bar off first. I think I gotta take this bracket off first. I think that's right where.
So most of the stuff I film gets cut out. A 15-minute episode of Turlo's Garage is typically about an hour and a half of footage down here. So most of what I have gets cut out and left on the floor. I don't even use it. It sounds like a lot, but when I first started, it was like 3 hours. I got 3 hours of usable footage on it for a 15-minute video. So I think I've gotten better, and I think the this episode here for the roll cage. Just hit projects. So this is actually all downloaded right here already. So I've got 33 minutes, and this will probably end up being a 12 to 15 minute video on the main hoop for the Celica roll cage. So I've gotten a lot better, I think, on usable footage. And I'll just go through. I just download everything here down here, put it all in order. I'll go through. I'll cut out the stuff I don't need. Anything that's not relevant, I'll cut out. And then I'll go back through and I'll try to adjust the volumes on everything to try and keep the volumes the same. If I want to add music later, I don't think I have any music. I don't have any music added in here, but I can take a music clip and I can put it down here, and I can add some music in the background. I just got to take this and turn it down a little bit. I think about 20. It depends on how loud you want it. About 20 to 22%. I think I can still hear myself talking. It's just in the background. So I can play with the volumes to make sure it all makes sense, to make sure you can hear what I'm saying, or you can hear what I want you to hear. And then if I don't like it, I can just highlight it and delete it right there. So it's pretty simple. There's a lot of tutorials on iMovie. There's a lot of tutorials on, in fact, on all the video editing software. There's a lot of pretty complicated stuff you can do. This one here fixes shaky. If the video's shaky, I've used it a few times, but not too much. It takes a lot of computing speed. Background noise, where you can reduce background noise equalizer. I can fast forward. I can click on this little speedometer here, and I can kick up the speed from slow. I can slow it down, speed it up, freeze frame, custom. I think you can adjust the colors on here even. I can reverse it. I can reverse this frame. There's a lot of tricks you can do on here. I don't, because of what I do, it's just kind of, I film it and that's what it is really. So I don't do a whole lot of crazy stuff like that. I know there's options you can do to have like a small picture in the upper corner here. You can have stuff where on some of the rally videos it cuts away. It'll cut away to a clip, even though you can still hear us talking, and then it comes back. That's pretty easy. We can take another clip like my intro. We can put it in here. Just take this, reduce the volume to nothing. I can cut this clip down to just a few seconds I want, and then I can take this clip and move it around. But what'll happen now is it's going to start on this video down here. It'll cut to up there and it'll come back to this video.
To do the same car over and over again, you can actually make it look pretty nice.
And that's how it works. So there's tips like that, and again you just delete it. If you want to take a piece of music and put it through the whole thing, use it as background music, you can put it down here in another level, and I can actually take my intro music, and I could stack these up. I can stack them up. I can take this one and shorten it a little bit. I can take this one and shorten it. I've done this a few times to make music clips longer, but it's really hard to match up the music to make it seem seamless. So I don't know how that's going to work, how that's going to sound. Yeah, so it's really hard to match up the music, but you can do that with the sound clips too. So that's kind of how I make my videos. I hope this was helpful to somebody out there. Give you a little bit of an idea of this is some of the stuff I've learned in the last few months. I'm still learning. I try new stuff. I hope at least some of you found this helpful. This is kind of the process of how I do things. It's not the only way. It's probably not the best way. It's just what I've learned in the last few months on how to make things happen. And actually it's been probably almost a 2-year learning process when I found out my original computer The original computer I got just wasn't strong enough or powerful enough to edit videos. I had to come up with another plan. So it's what I have. It's what I found. It's what worked for me. Hopefully, some of this stuff helps you learn something about how to make videos. Maybe you've learned a few things. I try new things all the time on my videos. I try different editing. I try lots of new things. Every time I try something new. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I can make it work. Sometimes it's a long way of doing something, a long way around to do something simpler. So but I'm always trying to learn and grow, and I'm always trying to make a better product for my customers, the people that watch the videos. Sometimes I succeed, sometimes I don't. One of the things I've been trying to do lately is I've been trying to make the videos shorter. My average watch time, I watch the average watch time. It's like around 5 to 6 minutes. Why am I making 15, 20-minute videos when the average watch time is 5 minutes? So I've tried to cut the videos down, and again, that goes to doing 2 videos a week instead of one. I'd really like to get to the point where I could do 3 videos a week, but that means recording 3 videos a week, and really Saturday is the only time I really have to work on a lot of this stuff. I do a little bit on Sunday, but for the most part, I'm trying to do most of it on Saturday. If I have some time during the week, I'll try to get to it in the evenings, but it's pretty tough to do during the week. So trying to make 1 video on a Saturday, I can do one. Sometimes I can get 2 in. 3 is pretty brutal, which is my release schedule. Trying to do 2 videos a week, I'm kind of off track now. So it's been difficult trying to keep up with that, but I'm doing the best I can. So hopefully this was helpful to some of you. Hopefully you gained some insight, some knowledge, maybe learned a few things. I know there's people out there that have other people edit videos. Maybe you feel comfortable to start editing on your own with some editing software. I don't know, but hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully you can take what you've learned and move on to the future. And now you're smarter than me because you know everything I know about making YouTube videos, and you know what you knew before you watched the video. So take care of yourself. Have a good day.